Hey guys, so earlier today I saw the announcement from Elgato about their new Cam Link Pro capture card, and I think this is going to interest anyone who records or streams to Twitch or YouTube or Facebook, etc. Now, they've released a few other products recently. For me, some of these have missed the mark, such as the wave panels, a little bit too expensive in my opinion for what you get. There's better alternatives out there, but this Cam Link Pro looks really good. And essentially what they've done is take the 4K Cam Link, the Cam Link 4K, and they've put four of them together into one capture card. That's a very basic way of looking at it, but it's kind of what they've done here. They've got four HDMI inputs there, and it can accept up to 4K at 30 frames per second. Now, these types of capture cards have been out for a few years, from Blackmagic and Mazewell and a few other companies, but this is a little bit cheaper. Now, I couldn't see the official UK price, but I saw one news article saying it'll be about $350 or so maybe it's going to be about £300 in the UK, but when you consider that this essentially gives you four cam links or four Elgato capture cards in one, it's not too bad a price, I don't think. So if I scroll down here, I'll show you the features. A powerful video mixer engineered for multicam production. And as you can see, it is a PCI Express card. So this will go into an X4, an X8 or an X16. It works with all major cameras, as you know, and independent inputs. So it's all kind of, just selling you the same as they would with the Cam Link 4K. If you go down here, you'll see technical specifications. So you can see here that it supports 4K at 30, 1440p at 60, 1080p at 60, 1080p 30, 1080i, all the way down to 480p. So I saw this announcement today, and I think if it is going to be $350, £300, I think this is going to be a good buy. But when I did see this announcement, I must admit I thought that looks good, but I don't think it fits into what I'm doing. So I've got quite a few Elgato products, and I actually sold an Elgato HD60S a few days ago, and I'm selling some other older capture cards, but right now I've got two of these. The HD60S Plus here is what is being used for this main camera, and for my overhead camera here, well, I've got another one. And I've also got this Elgato 4K 60 Pro, which is more suited to gaming in my opinion. You can use it for anything, but because it allows pass-through at 240 Hz, I think it's more suited for gaming. And I was actually looking for this, and I could not find it. I could not find it in my room, and then I realized that I had been experimenting with it, and I put it into my Razer Core X eGPU. So it's sitting there, and oh, where is it? I can't even see here. There it's there. So it's sitting there right now. But unfortunately, I couldn't get that working through Thunderbolt. I'm not sure why. It should just work, but I couldn't get it working. But anyway, I digress. Right now, I've got two of the Elgato HD60Ss. Now, the setup that I've got right now, I want to add this so that I can record games. But if I jump to my webcam here, you can see that preview alert, spoiler alert, I have moved my PC to the Dynamic XL case. And if I jump to this webcam, you may be able to see it a little bit better. So I'll do a video in a few days, and I'll show you how I migrated my PC to this. But the big thing I want to show you here is basically I've got my 3090 graphics card here, the Gigabyte Aorus Master, and it's a good GPU, it's powerful, but it also takes up 3 PCI Express slots. So as it stands right now, I can't even use the 4K 60 Pro because the GPU goes over the X8 slot. So I've been thinking about how to tackle this, and I was thinking about perhaps switching out for my other 3090 with the FE, which doesn't cover the X8, and then I can get that card in. So if I switch to my other 3090, I can get this capture card in and I'm set. Now, the reason I'm pointing all of this out is because, like I said, when I saw this was announced, I thought, it looks good, but it doesn't really fit into what I'm doing. But then I thought, well, I can just change how I'm recording things here. And I think a lot of people should do that as well. I think this is a type of product where maybe some of you might think, well, this doesn't work with what I'm doing just now, but you might want to switch up the way that you've got things set up so that you can use this. Because like I said, I've got two Elgato HD60S Pluses right now, but that also means that I've got two additional USB 3.0 cables, into the back of the PC. So by using I was ready to point at the Elgato thing. By using this new capture card, not only can I get 4 cameras, through that, but I'm also cutting out a lot of USB cables. So I can add additional cameras to the setup. I can get more recording points, and I can drop the USB cables as well. So that's attractive to me as well. So right now, as I said, I've got 2 USB capture cards, and I'm hoping to put this into my computer so that I can record games. But there is a good argument for me for dropping the Elgato HD60S Pluses and going for this. And then I've got 4 different cameras, maybe the main camera, the overhead camera, and perhaps I can replace the webcams there and there. Maybe I can replace those webcams with fully functioning cameras so that the picture quality is better, because, I mean, look at that. It's a webcam. It's not amazing. So I really do like the idea of this. And the only problem with me using that capture card would be I'd have to drop this, which isn't in there just now. But there are other solutions just now. Obviously, Elgato have got the standalone capture device for gaming, and AverMedia have actually got one that's Thunderbolt 3 as well. So there's a few other options out there. So I don't want to bore you with all those details, but the reason I'm saying all of this is because I'm not going to say this is a game changer, because there have been devices like this out for years, but the Blackmagic one that I was looking at was like, if I remember right, it was like 500, 600, and the quad HDMI from Mazewell was the best part of 900 or 1000. It was an expensive device, and that's why in the past I kind of cheaped out and went with the Elgatos. And that's kind of what Elgato's good at. They're good at looking at all these kind of pro recording gear, recording equipment, and then reducing the costs for the masses. And I think that's what they've done here. So at this point, I cannot see any official confirmation from Elgato as to what the official retail price of the Cam Link Pro will be. But if we take what some of these news websites are saying at face value, then it could be around $350. And in that $300 to $400 range, this is going to be too expensive for many people. And it's going to be overkill for many people as well. If you've just got one webcam and one camera, then you only need one HDMI input. But for those of us who do have 2 HDMI cameras or devices, you know, overhead camera, main camera, or just 2 different angles, then this becomes more of an attractive option, because you can replace 2 Elgato capture cards or other capture cards that you've got, and you can use this PCI Express card instead. And by doing that, by connecting it to your PC, you're going to cut out some cables, etc. And it also gives you additional HDMI inputs. You can record up to 4K with 4 different cameras. So for many of you, it's too expensive. It's overkill. For others, it might not fit into your existing setup. But maybe you're like me, where this is making you rethink as to how you've got your cameras and your capture cards set up. Certainly with me, I can see the appeal of switching to that and then selling the 4K 60 Pro and using something else to capture gameplay. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, guys. I'll leave a link to the official sales page and the announcement on social media, etc. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it, and let me know if this is something that you would buy. Until next time, guys, take care.